train approaches a signal, the operator will point at it and say, "Signal is green." As the train pulls into and out the station, the operator will point at the speedometer and call out the exact speed. When it's time to leave, the operator will point at the timetable and state the time. Out on the platform, other employees are performing similar actions. Before each train departs, staff members will point along the edge of the platform and declare, "All clear." All clear. Every detail is identified and pointed and named aloud. This process, known as pointing and calling, is a safety system designed to reduce mistakes. It seems silly, but it works incredibly well. Pointing and calling reduces errors by up to 85% and cuts accidents by 30%. The MTA subway in the New York City adopted a modified version that is point only, and within 2 years of implementation, incidents of incorrectly boarded subways fell 57%. Pointing and calling is so effective because it raises the levels of awareness from a non-conscious habit to a more conscious level. Because the train operator must use their eyes, hands, mouth, and ears, they are more likely to notice problems before something goes wrong. My wife does something similar. Whenever we are preparing to walk out for the door for a trip, she verbally calls out most essential items in her packing list. I have got my keys. I have got my wallet. I have got my glasses. I have got my husband. The more automatic the behavior becomes, the less likely we are consciously think about it. And we have done something, uh, and we have done something 1,000 times before we begin to overlook things. We assume that the next time will be just like the last. We are so used to doing what we have always done, that we don't stop to question whether it's right thing to do at all. Many of our failures in performance are largely attributable to a lack of self-awareness. One of our greatest challenges in changing habits is maintaining awareness of what we are actually doing. This helps explain why the conscious of consequences of bad habits can sneak up on us. We need a point and a call system for our personal lives. That's the origin of the habit scorecard. Here is a simple exercise you can use to become more aware of your behavior. To create your own, make a list of your daily habits. Here is the sample list you might start. Wake up, turn off alarm, check my phone, go to bathroom, wake myself, take a shower, brush my teeth, floss my teeth, put a deodorant, hang up a towel to dry, get dressed up, make a cup of tea, and so on. Once you have a full list, look at each behavior and ask yourself, is this a good habit, a bad habit, or a neutral habit? Neutral. Neutral habit. If it is a good habit, write plus next to it. If it's a bad habit, write minus. If it's a neutral, write is equal to. For example, the above list, for example, the list above might look like this: wake up, turn off alarm, check my phone, go to bathroom, wake myself, take a shower, brush my teeth, plus those are all plus plus by myself is minus only. The marks you give to a particular habit will depend on situation and your goals. For example, who is trying to lose weight, eating a bagel with a peanut butter every morning might be a bad habit. For someone who is trying to bulk up and add muscle, the same behavior might be a good habit. It all depends on what you are working toward. Scoring your habits can be a bit complex for another reason as well. The label good habit and bad habit are slightly inaccurate. These are not good habits or bad habits. These are only effective habits. That is effective at solving problems. uh, all habits serve you in some way, even the bad ones, which is why you repeat them. For this exercise, categorize your habits by how they will benefit you in the long run. Long run. Generally, generally, speaking, good habits will have net positive outcomes. Bad habits have net negative outcomes. Smoking a cigarette may reduce stress right now. That's how it's serving you, but it's not healthy in long-term behavior. If you are still having a trouble determining how to rate a particular habit, here is the question I like to use. Does this behavior help me to become the type of person I wish to be? Does this habit cast a vote for or against my desired identity? Habits that reinforce your desired identity are usually good. Habits that conflict with your desired identity are usually bad. As you create your habit scorecard, there is no need to change anything at first. The goal is simply notice what is actually going on. Observe, observe your thoughts and actions without judgment or internal criticism. Don't blame yourself for your faults. Don't praise yourself for your successes. If you eat a chocolate bar every morning, acknowledge it, almost as if you are watching someone else. Oh, how interesting that would do a such thing. If you binge eat, simply notice that you are eating more calories than you should. If you waste time online, notice that you are spending your life in a way that you do not want to. The first step to changing bad habit on the is to be on the lookout for them. If you feel like you need extra help, then you can try pointing and calling in your own life. Say out loud the action that you are thinking of taking, and what the outcome will be. If you want to if you want to cut back on your junk food habit, notice that yourself grabbing another cookie. Say out loud, "I am not. I am about to eat this cookie, but I don't need it. Eating will Eating it will cause me to gain weight and hurt my health." Hearing your bad habits spoken aloud makes the consequences seem more real. It adds weight to the action rather than letting yourself mindlessly slip into an older routine. This approach is useful even when you are this approach is useful even if you are simply trying to remember a task on your to-do list. Just say out loud, "Tomorrow I need to go to the post office after lunch." Increases the odds that you will actually do it. You are getting yourself to acknowledge the need for action, and that can make all the difference. The process of behavior change always starts with awareness. Strategies like pointing and calling and the habit scorecard are focused on getting you to recognize your habits and acknowledge acknowledge the cues that triggers them, which make it possible to respond in a way that benefits you. So, in summary, chapter summary, with enough practice, your brain will pick up on the cues that predict certain outcomes without consciously thinking about it. Once your habits become automatic, we stop paying attention to what we are doing. The process of behavior change always starts with awareness. You need to be aware of your habits before before you can change them. Pointing and calling raises your level of awareness from a non conscious habit to a more conscious level of verbalizing your actions. The habit scorecard is a simple exercise you can